How's it going, everybody? I wanted to talk about social media for today's vlog. I think it's ruining humanity in a lot of ways, and I think that people being addicted to it makes sense. And I've been watching a lot of videos talking about how it's reshaping and completely shifting our self-reward systems in our brains, and how our brains are adapting to an insane amount of stimuli, every day. What really bothers me is how people, have really lost their humanity, it seems. And I don't want to say it's just that it's the internet. It really is, like, social media is this, like, social media is this over, the one that reigns over all of them, because it's all interconnected through that. Facebook and Gmail alone, like Facebook and Google is where you really, like, log into a lot of things, and outside of it, outside of these platforms and stuff. So it's crazy how much we depend on it and are so interconnected, but that interconnectivity has turned people off, like, because people are so accessible and so easy to keep in touch with and message and whatever, as well as the fact that people are catfishing online. You don't know what's real anymore on there. It makes sense why people aren't more social. It makes sense why they don't care about doing things in person. I genuinely think that we over socialize. When I took kind of like a social media blackout earlier this year for a few months, it was before I was in the process of recording. I didn't think I was going to be recording any music soon, but I ended up getting some funds together and recording an album. Basically, like, the fact that I'm releasing more music is the only reason why I even went back to it, and now I found myself just back in the same fucking habit of scrolling a lot more than I prefer, and I've just been unfollowing a bunch of people because I just don't want to, I don't want to feel like I'm forcing myself to socialize with people that I could really give a fuck about, respectfully. So, I mean that with all due respect. It's more so if we're not friends, then why do I have you on there, kind of thing, and I'm sure I've said that in multiple videos already recently, but it really is where I've been at with it lately. And I'm trying to not only have a healthy relationship with it, but just see it for what it is. And I'm really, like I said before, I'm just fascinated by I'm fascinated by what it's become and how much it's drastically affected people in only 20 years. It's basically been, 2004 or 5 is really when Facebook started, but then it didn't pick up till maybe 2007 or 8. So we're going on 20 years since Facebook and YouTube really, and Google and all, just all these specific companies took over our entire lives, and people make money on there. People make like that's their jobs. That's the main job for a lot of people, and it's this weird mix of like I can't tell if it's a necessary evil or if it's just evil, or if it, what is it really? What is it doing for people? Because it's flipped. It in a lot of ways completely brought people 180 degrees the opposite direction as far as their compassion for their fellow man, having a desire to socialize, having a desire to be around people. Why are a lot of people like myself just kind of go to work, go home, go to work, go home? Why do people not engage with others more? And it's because I think A, we're all overstimulated, and B, a lot of people have so much shit that they have to do just to survive. Pair social media and how it's absolutely drastically affecting how people are, as well as all these drastic things that have happened to affect all these drastic things that are going that have affected our ability to live, specifically in the United States of America. And in a lot of parts of the world, a lot of parts of the world, that it's the modern times. It's weird how we have everything and nothing all at once. I feel like I have so many, look at all this shit I have, all these fun things that I have, and but basic necessities like health insurance and maybe a more spacious place to live. And just the fact that I've gotten used to, because even if I did go to college, who knows if that would have made a difference. I've just been used to never making enough money my entire adult life. So pair that, people just being absolutely miserable and struggling to survive, with these things that are completely changing just how people treat each other, and how people don't look at each other as actual people anymore, and they just look at it as just like a little digital, pixel, kind of like a little digital, little something on the phone, and they don't actually see people as human beings. There's a reason people don't ever say like the horrible things that they say online to someone's face, because you don't actually want to say those things to them. You enjoy the like heartlessness of it. You enjoy, like, you can admit, if you like be honest with yourself, if you just like trolling and you just like being mean for the sake of being mean, because you're not even because you're unhappy, but just because you have fun with that, like, a part of me understands that, but you're the lack of people looking at others as equal human beings has bothered me so much for many years, and how much it's just affected how everybody behaves, and whether people even want to like enjoy themselves out in public because they're afraid of being filmed and being put on blast online. Like, it's just so sad. It's fucking sad, and like, I've said this a lot about just society in general, but like, society is pathetic. It's pathetic that human beings have become so dumb and so heartless, and just, I don't know, lacking humanity. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what the hell's going on, but there's something seriously wrong with this. And unless there's a drastic change sooner rather than later, I wonder if we are just doomed to be like this for the rest of my lifetime. I don't want to live in a world like this for the rest of my life. This is horrible. And you can't say that, like I hate how some people have told me, like, oh, well, we're actually living in a renaissance because everyone's able to, like, share their stuff, and all these artists are getting all these opportunities. And it's like, but like, are they really? Like, has anything actually positive come from social media? Even when I read feel-good stories or I see inspirational things, I feel nothing for it. Why? Because I see that all the time now. It's why we're also desensitized to horrible violence and people like Charlie Kirk's assassination, and how people just now are using AI to make memes of him. Now, I think that, that man was like the total opposite of me. He was around my age when he died. That man is a total opposite of me, but I think it's a horrifying thing that somebody gets shot and we have multiple angles of him getting killed, and then we take his life and make it this, like, puppet. The timing of being who he was and being extremely, like, very far right leaning and conservative and religious in a lot of ways, pair that with this chaotic, AI driven modern internet that we are in now. It's just, it's really tragic, even though I don't care for the man at all. I really don't agree with a lot of the things that he was saying, and I think that he was just a religious zealot wacko. I still don't feel that he should be treated that way. I still don't think that even people that I genuinely hate or have no respect for or think very, not even him, but just people in general, like extremists especially, as much as I have like no respect for people that go out of their way to cause harm on others or speak, very toxic rhetoric, as much as I don't care for that, I still believe that everybody should be treated humanely. It's actually it's insane how we take these murdering rapist criminals and we throw them in, but we don't just kill. How do we not just, you know what I mean? Like it's insane how humane we can be, and how also heartless, and how people just don't, I feel like people, and I get this too, because this is where I'm at a lot lately. It's like, are people feeling anything towards anything anymore? Do people feel at all anymore? Or are we all disassociating and disconnecting as much as we can to not lose our fucking minds and go out and purchase a gun and blow our fucking brains out, or hang ourselves with a fucking belt like in our fucking doorknobs? Like, why are more people not killing themselves is what's shocking to me. If anything, this modern time has just demonstrated how human resilience is insane. We are dealing with an insane amount of financial stress, a lack of romance. See, even he's getting turned off by by what I'm talking about right now. We have a lack of financial security, a lack of romance, or even flings and like romance and sexual release. There's a lack of that. There's a lack of friendships. There is a lack of proper nutrition. There is a lack of health insurance, specifically in the United States of America. There is a lack of so many things. And people aren't, I don't know how the fuck, there are so many people that are killing themselves, but I'm surprised that it's not more like 50% of the population or 50% of the global population even. Because people are like at their breaking point. I don't know how people are not rioting or like absolutely storming every single place of government or law or like I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet, I guess. I'm sure people feel depleted and discouraged, and obviously when you see videos of like ICE agents or certain people like murdering people that do go in protest, there was a lot of a lot of crazy shit was happening when the BLM movement was going on in 2020, and it's insane how much has been put on our minds and our bodies, because it's all connected physiologically, psychologically. It has all been like twisted and like torn into so many different directions that like I genuinely think that all of us being exposed to the horrors and how crazy the world is on a second-to-second basis every day, I think through social media, through the news, whatever, I think that I think disassociating from that or needing to completely disconnect from that emotionally and mentally makes total sense, is all. Because in a lot of ways, that's the only way to seriously not lose your fucking mind. And it's why people are really selfish now. It's like we're in such a weird society now. We are in such a weird place where people are scared of each other. Damn, I just spat a little bit there. People are scared of each other. They are making sure that they have enough to eat, that they have a place to live. We have such a high amount of stress and a high amount of if you're a futurist like myself, we have a lot of like so much to be scared of for the future right now. There's so much to be concerned about. Data centers and AI it's scary of what the potential of it could be and how we don't know. I mean, this feels like a modern, and it's crazy. I like the timing of the Oppenheimer movie coming out, but it really does feel like we're in some sort of, I'm waiting for like some sort of digital nuke to take out all of this shit. Or at least change it in some way, because I don't think that people can't keep going on like this. There's just no way. It is really sad and scary to see people that are like my parents' age, my parents themselves, like deal with a lot of shit that they shouldn't have to at their age. You should not be 50 or 60 years old worrying about if you have a place to live or food or whatever. Like, it is so crazy how much our country has failed us, how much like how many people in power have blatantly just fucked us over so much, and they don't even, like, they have so much money that they have so much money and so much power that they can do anything they want, and they can still pay people enough. You show someone $1 million paycheck every few months, you got them by the fucking balls. That's it. That's all that it is these people are and that's just one part of the problem. It's what's insane is how all of it happening at once is enough to make me feel compelled to talk about it right now. And I as much as I love releasing, I just released music recently. As much as I love making art and making a lot of things and being creative, I I feel that I'm not able to dedicate myself to that as much as I'd like to if my attention is if I'm always worried about like my bills and worried about my, you know, financial situation. And to the point where I'm trying to make a living off of YouTube, make a living with these videos in my own way, where it doesn't feel like this would be draining. Like if I were to make money doing this, I have to make it as minimalistic and as, you know, kind of simple as possible, so I'm not burning. So if I, you know, wanted to continue doing this, I wouldn't feel the burnout of it, because being a, you know, a hardcore internet personality or content creator, there's a reason they all quit, you know, or the reason why they can't continue to do it forever, unless they really want to, unless they really like it, right? But I am, you know, how the artistic and creative world has been affected by this is feels like just a side effect. For a while, I felt like so personally affected and attacked by what social media has done to artists and musicians, but it's all a side effect. I think social media and corrupt billionaire politicians and people just in government and the horrifyingly like backwards it all is, from as far as how they literally just don't care about human beings and human lives. It's those two driving forces, social media and instant information with news and just the noise of that, paired along with people that are absolutely like just like trying to bury the middle and lower class financially is just insane. It's just fucking insane. But yes, as far as going back to social media and why that's affected this so much is it's distracted all of us. Social media has distracted all of us. If we didn't have that, who knows how much further we could be as a society right now. But the fact that it has distracted you, the fact that your entertainment on our phones and our TVs in our computers is enough for us to be okay with how little money we're making and how much we're struggling. You know, work's not that bad when you got your phone to look at social media for fucking 5-6 hours, maybe out of your 8 or 10 hour shift. When you just look at your phone all day and just like pass the time with that shit, you know, it's easy to miss everything around you when you're not looking up from your device. It's easy to miss that, and that's what scared me so much about it more than anything is the how much it has just distracted us and how much it has kept people stuck. And also like wedged us into a place of legitimate like heartlessness and cowardice. I think people are fucking cowards more than ever because they're afraid of, you know, people get fired over what they post on social media. They lose their lives get like social media has drastically affected specific people's lives off of like one mistake that they made. You know, do people not get 3 strikes, you're out anymore? Do people not get like more, you know, like why? It's funny how we live in this, you know, there are a lot of realists and people that are kind of bound by reality. They're atheists like myself, but we live with so many people that are religious as well. Like there are a ton of people that are pretty, like religion is always going to be very imperative because of how in tune people are with it and how spiritually significant it can be for them. But what's so bizarre is how, you know, you'd think that these religious right-wing people would be more forgiving, would be more like, you know, like Jesus Christ or anything. Like I'm so shy, and obviously you can see like I'm pretty leftist, I'm pretty liberal, but I still want to understand where the right are coming from, and it's just like the hypocrisy of it, the absurdity of it is just funny to me. It's just not funny, but it's shocking to me. It's absolutely shocking how oh, that's my rice. I guess I gotta wrap this up now soon. Just meal prepping here. Gotta make some stuff for the week. But yeah, like I think what I'm so shocked about is how many people claim to be forgiving people or claim to be decent and their actions are the opposite, or the way that they, you know. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye.